Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
I went online to become a private detective. It was a private detective school online, and I paid online. I never heard from them again. I thought to myself, I either got ripped off, or this is my first case. This is a journalistic podcast, Shannon. We vaccinate our listeners with answers. And I'm going to keep lip-syncing the important questions until TikTok gives me a show. Shannon, how can the moon landing be real if the moon itself is fake?
That's not true, Mike.
Oh, isn't it true, Shannon? You're fake. You're a hologram.
1 in 5 New Yorkers are food insecure. What's your solution for that, Mike?
Fortune cookie. Because that's food and advice at the same time. Shannon, at least have the decency to backstab me, okay? You stab me in the front every time. Some fans can't watch the podcast because they're triggered by our sexuality. And message to those fans, we will leak a sex tape right into your mouth.
This is Mike Vecchione Investigates.
And you're not better than me. Welcome to Mike Vecchione Investigates, guys. Another episode on tap for you. Another stellar episode, by the way. I'll use an adjective in there, even though you guys, it's hard to follow for some of you guys because you don't know parts of speech. But let me throw it in. I'm fresh off a flight. I was in Syracuse with Nate Bargatze, and we did a haunted theater there. It was a great theater, but there's a ghost, according to the union guys who work there, who talked to us on their break. And they said that there is a ghost, and she's in the basement, though, and she stays in the basement. And as long as she stays in the basement, they're fine with it. And, there's a basement, but I made sure there wasn't the kitchen area of the basement because misogyny also applies to ghosts. So if these guys were like, I hope she stays in the basement, but in the kitchen area, I'd be like, whoa, 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 whoa. She has the right to roam around the basement. I mean, yes, keep her in the basement because she's a ghost. But in the kitchen of the basement, that's unacceptable. And I called them on it. And as a result, they escorted me out after the show, per union rules. And I hopped on a flight this morning. But I got up this morning, Shannon, I'm looking in your direction because self-improvement is a big part of this podcast. A lot of our fans are just in the gutter right now, and they need somebody to pull them out. And I'll tell you what, I woke up this morning, and I got up really early, and instead of rolling over and going back to sleep like most of our fans do, collecting unemployment, living off stimulus money. What I did was I did the opposite. I said, this is what our fans would do. I am going to set the tone. I listened to my affirmations, which I shared with you. Very powerful, very abundant. And I'm going to have $1 million day. Miracles are coming into my life every single day. I do my affirmations and I say them out loud, which is unsettling to cleaning people who are passing in the hallway, but I don't care. I have to do my affirmations, and then I did my breathing, and then I had a little quiet moment, and then brushed my teeth, took my blood pressure medication. Anybody who watches this podcast knows I have crippling high blood pressure, and I took a vitamin D because my vitamin D levels are dangerously low, and along with the crippling high blood pressure, I need supplements. So I took the supplements, went ahead and brushed my teeth, pulled the trigger on that right away. And do I make my bed in a hotel room? No, I don't, but I cover it up because I don't fully make it, but I cover it to make it feel, to make it look. If somebody were to come in and go, oh, this guy wasn't in a hurry to get out of bed. He folded it up at least. This guy's got his life together. Not if you leave it all ripped open and stuff, it just looks like you're in a hurry, like you were frazzled by something, like you got a phone call that you couldn't handle. And I don't want the cleaning staff thinking that. I want them knowing that I've got everything under control in that room. So I leave everything organized. Even if there's towels that are dirty, I just leave them in a pile on the floor and be like, that's intentional. That's intentional. The bed, intentional. I want them to know that an intentional person was staying in that room. So I get up, and the gym is 2 doors down in the hotel room. So I had no choice. I can't sleep 2 doors down from a gym and not go in the morning. And I didn't want to go. There was a voice and said the voice that governs you guys is saying, stay in bed, Mike. Put on some porn. Let's get some gonzo, some chick on guy, some guy on chick, some 3-on-1, some, I don't know what the kids are watching now. What kind of goofy stuff are they into?
Double penetration.
Double penetration. Like, I'm not going to do that. Is it an option? It's on my phone, but I know I have that option and I pass on it. I get in the gym. I do those steps, Shannon, those steps. And it's not a Stairmaster anymore. I don't know what happened to the Stairmaster. They're no longer in any gym. They must be bad for your knees or something. I quite enjoyed them.
But it's similar to that.
No, it's actually not the same because now they have that thing where it's elliptical. It's an elliptical, and I don't love that because it's a different motion. Like the Stairmaster it's not gigantic steps, but it works your calf. My calves were huge when I used to do the Stairmaster, and my butt was great back then. You said it. I didn't want to say it. I don't want to toot my own horn, but my butt was really looking great back then. But I lost that, and since now you either have to do the elliptical one, which looks like you're skiing, which is white privilege, or you have to do the stairs. Right. They're rotating stairs. And that's like you're taking gigantic steps then instead of the small steps that you would be taking. So I've been doing the gigantic. I did 15 minutes of the gigantic steps. There's no cardio in that. It's like you set it to a pace and it just wears you down over time. So whereas Stairmaster was like, I would do interval training on Stairmaster. Go fast and then go slower and then fast and then slower. I liked it better. Anyway, I did the gigantic steps, which is very challenging. 15 minutes, by the way, Shannon. That's nothing to smirk at.
Do you think that they're gigantic steps to a taller guy?
Shannon, give yourself a horn for that. Go ahead and give yourself a horn and then turn in your resignation for that one. You just signed your own resignation. Natalie, you're in charge now of the podcast because Shannon fired off. You're saying that the stairs are a Stairmaster for taller men.
Yes.
Who are eligible to date you and not shorter men who are nobodies and nothing. We're the underdog. Our backs are against the wall. Guys under 5'8", 5'8" and under. If you're listening to this, Shannon is speaking for a lot of the female community. And then they wonder why they can't be astronauts. It's probably because a lot of the guys in the space station are under 5'8", and they do not like to be marginalized, which we are. It's height discrimination at its peak, at its tallest peak. Damn it, I'm having a good episode. But Shannon, it's that kind of attitude that gets me up every day and gets me into a small gym, 2 doors down, and a stepper, a rotating staircase that I did for 15 minutes. And I'm not going to let you shoot me down because I'm having a great day. It's sun is shining. I took the bus here. The select bus. And so I did that for 15 minutes. Then I did I'm going to cut my weights this week because I know it's not plugged, Shannon, and you're going to hate me for this. My special is taping. It's taping April 19th in Tennessee. So I'm doing a low carb suck down for 1 week. So starting tomorrow, I'm going to eat my last carb meal tonight. And then tomorrow I suck it down, just meats and vegetables and maybe some cheeses. I'm not going to lie to you. And then I'm going to suck it down. So it's going to be low carb and some fasting because I have to have my face looking thin for this thing that we're taping. If you're in Nashville, April 19th on Tuesday, April 19th. So I did a little bit of weights and then I ran for another 15 minutes. Total hour workout. Went and got a freezing shower. And then breakfast. Did the breakfast buffet. And the breakfast buffet, they seemed to be confused. They were like, would you like a table? I go, yes. And she goes, do you want something to drink? I go, coffee and water. I go, is that a buffet over there? And they go, yeah. I go, can I look at it? They go, yeah. And so I go in and I get the buffet. But basically they're acting like it was their first day.
That's annoying.
On the job. It's like, do you guys do this every day, right? You guys do it then at the end, I was like, can I put it on the room? And they go, yeah. And so I put it on the room, and they didn't even show me the check. They just go, we put it on the room. I go, well, can I tip you guys? I mean, how's it work? Are we doing this for the first time? Don't you guys have a restaurant here? Is this a food truck that you guys are just? What are you doing? So but I noticed. Here's what I did notice, Shannon, is that I was eating and I'm making a conscious effort not to be on my phone. Shannon, are you listening?
I am, yes. I'm just making sure you look as good as possible.
And please do something about the coloring and make me look. I want it to look sexy.
You look great. Okay.
A lot of our women fans have been not writing in, but I can feel their vibrational estrogen energy. So into the buffet, where was I? Oh, I'm sitting there just drinking coffee, just watching people, and everybody's just on their phones. Even older people, they're just on their phones, like not even looking up ever. And I understand it, and I get addicted too, but it's just you're missing everything. You're missing what's happening.
Yeah, you're missing some good people watching.
Yes, and you're missing life, Shannon. It's going by you. Okay, so that was my morning, and then went back to the room, got all my stuff, got an Uber, got the flight, business class. Thank you, Nate, and took a cab home, said hello to Katie Hannigan a bunch of times, and then came here. So, Gas Digital. That's what I do. I got here for the podcast. I scheduled the podcast, fly in, and do it.
And you got here just on time.
I got here just on time, and I thought I was going to be a little bit late. But our the other investigator I had, and he's no longer a guest now. He's been bumped up. He got promoted, and he's late on the first day of his promotion. And he's promoted to senior investigator. Internal Affairs.
Mike,
Mike Figs is here, everybody. Mike Figs.
I'm so sorry.
I'm not going to say that you're a guest. I bumped you up. You've been on the show so many times.
I
appreciate you.
I don't deserve it.
I appreciate you being on the show, but you're a senior investigator now. So I just put topics down, and we're going to attack these topics. But before we get into it, why are you late? Look right at the fans and tell them, because maybe you can give them this. They're usually late for work, those of them that have jobs.
I'm a piece of shit. I'm so sorry.
What happened?
I'm a sack of shit. I took.
Were you video game shirt shopping?
No, today's laundry day, Mike.
I'm sorry,
Mike. Today's laundry day,
okay.
Mike. This is from Target. I took the Metro North, which is a reliable vessel.
Right.
Okay.
But you live in Rockland County?
I live in the Bronx.
The Bronx.
Yeah.
Oh,
so I could take the D train. I could risk my life. Mm-hmm. Go on the D. Switchblades,
right?
Everything's
happening on
everything's happening. Guys with red berets.
Yeah,
the Guardians, they're called
the Guardian Angels.
The Guardian Angels,
which is different. What I claim to be, which is an angel investor. That's what I tell women. I go, I'm an angel investor. I'm a property owner. I just keep it vague.
Yeah.
Silent partner. That's another one that I use.
Good man.
As an older white.
Sharp dressed man.
Yeah.
It's another thing you call yourself.
Well, women don't care about that. You have to be like, I have money. It's like, what's your game? It's like investing something, Bitcoin, Dogecoin. Mm-hmm. I have some money overseas. I'm an angel investor. I'm a silent partner in a lot of buildings. And
you just pulled out of Twitter, is what I heard.
Pulled out of Twitter.
You pulled out of Twitter, yeah. You were going to go on the board, but you pulled out.
Right.
Like
right.
Elon Musk did the same thing. I was like, this guy's ripping off Vecchi over
Did
here.
Elon Musk pull out of Twitter?
He pulled out. He was going to do it. He was going to go on the board. He pulled out last minute.
Wow.
Tricked them. And
because of space? That's a good excuse. I've got to be in space. I can't do this.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
You look like you're ready to go to space.
Yeah, I am ready to go. I'm working, know.
Yeah. That's what they wear under the astronaut suits. They wear that type of
well, it's not a T-shirt, Mike.
Sorry.
But I'm glad you're here, and I love your haircut.
Thank you. I did it myself. I'm getting better at it. The lighting in here is really bad. I look like why are my cheeks so rosy? Can you zoom out?
It's that screen.
Right.
It never makes people happy with their appearance, but you guys both look great from here.
I don't know.
From the female perspective, they don't lie. They will never lie.
I hope not.
Women say we look hot, and the women on the Natalies and the Shannons of the world really represent our female fans out there.
Yes.
Natalie, you think I look hot today? Yeah, Mike, I think you do look hot. Oh, thanks, Natalie.
Natalie, what do you really think? Because women are allowed to speak on this podcast,
that's
Mike.
fine.
I don't know
that
if
was her speaking?
I don't know if you got the memo.
Sorry, no.
That was accurate.
See?
Especially the Pokemon shirt.
Thank you so much. Like it? Natalie, is that your generation? Are you always searching? You're searching for instead of searching for like for your life's purpose, you were searching for Easter something bunny. That's I don't know whatever it
They
is.
call me young Snorlax. You look it up.
Snorlax. I don't think we have time for that.
Sorry, no.
A Snorlax. I don't know. I would love to get to that, and maybe some of our younger fans can take a break from Snapchat and do it. But
Snapchat?
I don't know what the new
Not TikTok, Mike. Snapchat. You know, all the kids are on Facebook right now.
Twitch. What are we on? What are we on? Twitch?
All the kids are looking at Trump tweets on Facebook. You know, these kids, man.
What are they on, Mike? What's the platform now?
They're on Discord. They're on Reddit. Yeah.
Reddit is a good one.
The incels.
Reddit it slams people.
It slams
And what's a subreddit? That's something even smaller.
Subway feet.
Yeah.
Women wearing, with exposed toes on the train.
Underwater Reddit. Mm-hmm. It didn't deserve it. Didn't get it, didn't deserve it.
I just
can't argue that one.
It took me an extra second to get it, and it was too late to hit the air horn.
It's too late. It's just too late for love. I think that was a great White song.
Too late for love. Too late. Yeah. It's too late for love.
Yes.
Def Leppard.
Yes, you're. Damn it, Michael.
That's
thanks.
why I'm the deputy.
You saved it.
Little fat deputy in the corner came here to help the sheriff.
On the Metro North. You skipped the D train because you're not in a gang anymore.
Nope.
That's behind you now.
Past.
And you're growing your hair out again.
Yeah. Back up.
But you got a sweet fade.
Thank you.
I like that.
Thank you.
And you came ready. So the Metro North was stalled, or at least that's the excuse that you're going with for our fans?
I was stuck in Harlem.
Right.
You know what they say about Harlem? There's a lot of white people there. Maybe some meth head jumped in front of the tracks. Had to be. Couldn't be anything else.
Really?
15-minute delay, underground. I was texting Shanny. It wasn't going through.
Right.
I got nervous. I popped the Claritin. I felt better. I'm here.
That's so great. Now, do you think that it was a meth head that jumped in front of the train in Harlem, or a white person that opened up a boutique yogurt shop or something? Because whites are opening up their boutique businesses.
They are. All over Harlem.
The whites love to open their boutique businesses up.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right, guys, I want to take a second to talk about our friends over at RockAuto.com. Hey there, auto mechanics and super cool do-it-yourself guys who work on their own cars. I want to tell you about RockAuto.com, the online store with every auto part at the best prices. This is your one-stop shop for everything auto parts. RockAuto.com has been in business for 20 years, and they make it easy to find the parts you need at the best possible prices. No more talking to counter guys who need to order your parts, aren't really sure what you're looking for, never have quite what you need, and then after all the hassle, will still charge you storefront markups. At RockAuto.com, you can easily find everything you need, and whether you're a mechanic, an auto shop, or working on your own car, everyone has access to the same incredible pricing at RockAuto.com. So if you're a car guy, right now go to RockAuto.com and check out all the parts available for your car. You're going to have so much fun looking at car parts. So once more, go to RockAuto.com. No promo code needed as their pricing is already that good. When you order, make sure to tell RockAuto.com that you heard about them on Mike Vecchione Investigates. RockAuto.com. All right, guys, let's get back into it. Well, thank you for coming in.
Oh,
Mike.
anytime, man.
I appreciate you being here, and you're looking jacked. Are you in the weight room? I worked out this morning. Shannon can attest to it.
I could tell. You look pumped. You look
trying to
great.
get lean.
7 days sober.
7 days?
I was an alcoholic last time you saw me.
Right.
Now
you were drinking on the podcast.
I was drinking on the podcast. Look at me
Our
now.
fans love that.
Look at me now.
Yeah.
Stone sober.
Okay.
Look at my eyes. White.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, I have a question.
What's up? No, Shannon. No, Shannon. I tried this. I did this. I did your show, and I was supposed to be day one.
Okay, but it wasn't day one.
It was supposed to be day one, but it wasn't. So I haven't had a drink.
Tuesday.
So has it been what day? So it's 6 days. So I'm 6 days sober. Wow, fucking Shanny.
Wow.
Shanny with the stat board.
Shannon's a life coach. She'll call you on your shit.
Jeez, Louise.
She's a personal trainer, life coach.
Trying to hang out over here.
Well, I mean, Shannon doesn't even have. She slept on the floor last night.
I did.
She slept on her own floor.
And I'm the one with the problem.
Right.
It's not my fault.
What happened, Shannon? And Mike, you can weigh in on this now.
Go for it. Is that a fat thing?
No. I want your opinion.
Oh.
I think you look jacked.
Thank you.
So I for Christmas, my parents for Christmas got me a new bedroom set. That was my Christmas present. Mm-hmm. That was in November that I ordered this new bedroom set. It finally came this Saturday. 5 months waiting for my bedroom set. I was so excited for it to come. I had to sleep on my couch one night because I had to get all my old furniture out. It was such a whole thing. The guys come in and they're delivering everything. I'm on no sleep. I'm so tired. And then they're like, so we have the headboard, but did you order a footboard? And I'm like, no, I ordered a bed, which is the entire bedroom set. Like, I didn't realize I had to order a footboard separately. And then they called the warehouse and they're like, oh, that piece just didn't come in. So I have everything there and then my mattress on the ground like a college student.
Right.
Wow.
It's all these little things they catch you with where it's like, oh, did you order that's like buying a car. It's like, did you order the bumpers? It's like, I thought that was part of the car. It's like, no, those are separate pieces. So you're sleeping on a mattress on the ground.
Yeah, and you know me and my like bugophobia.
Yes.
I don't like the idea of being so close to the ground to sleep. But
There's a great chance a spider went into your mouth.
Don't even why?
Yeah,
no,
for sure. Because when you probably swallowed a few spiders.
So it's not really 6 days because if we're going to start with...
there's a beef.
Wow.
There's a beef that's going on this podcast
Over
right
here.
now. This is a special investigation. And we need to be a team.
She lives in a hostile, whatever. A hostel. Yeah, there you go. Hostile, sorry.
So they couldn't put together everything but the last piece?
No, they put everything else together.
Right.
It's just that now there's just like a headboard propped up against my wall and which could fall on me really at any moment because it's not connected to anything.
All the pieces are there, no bottom. So the bed could have been slanted.
So the frame didn't come either. Like the rails, the guy said this morning. The rails.
Your bed is off the rails? That's interesting because I think Mike sleeps in a race car. A race car bed.
I do look like a big sixth grader right now. I'm sorry.
I like that idea. I love sleeping in a bed that's a car. And I'd like to pitch the idea to Katie Hannigan, sleeping in a like a race car bed. I would love that. I would love it, you know? And you would have to move your bed because of alternative side parking every Tuesday and Thursday. If you're not in New York, you're not going to get that joke because you live in Iowa. So, but no, I love that. Shannon, let me ask you a question that's outside the box. Your parents buy you a bed. Mm-hmm. I assume that you're going to have sex again at some point.
Who knows?
Who knows? But your parents are investing in that weirdly?
No.
Because they bought your bed.
Wow.
And then you're going to have sex in it.
Wow.
So they're kind of like putting money into it.
Shannon, we bought you a headboard, so just in case if you're getting railed out, it bangs the wall. Put a sock behind it, honey.
Or they just know that I'm never going to have sex. And they're like, well, she may as well have a nice place to sleep at least.
Right.
Wow.
I mean, that's the more boring answer, Shannon, and one that we can't use as a clip. But the other thing that I said is going to stir the fans up and start like a mosh pit, a gas digital mosh pit, and maybe get us more downloads. But we can go with your sleeping thing and lose viewers.
No, yeah, I'm definitely going to have so much sex.
Yes.
Yes.
And your parents were in on it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm, yes.
Are your parents liberal about sex, Shannon, or are they conservatives?
Oh, Mike, I also come from an Italian family.
Yes.
We don't discuss those.
Especially
things.
not with our baby girl.
No, absolutely.
You don't discuss it.
Do your parents know it's been 4 years since you had an orgasm?
If that's not true.
I thought you told me on your last show
Since
it's been
I've
4
had
years.
sex.
Sex, orgasm.
There's
come on.
more of a chance of having an orgasm by myself than sex
Says
with a
who?
guy.
Get out of town.
Yeah.
What is
Most
this?
women would
Guess
say
you're not
that.
sleeping with guys on the Metro North. Mike, don't leave me. It's investigator pump.
Sorry, I
time.
almost fell off. the
Okay,
chair.
Metro North or the D.
Your parents sound amazing. They bought you a bed. They want you to get cracked open.
No, but I don't want to get into who put the bed together.
Oh, I paid for
delivery.
white glove service, so they assembled everything.
Wow.
White glove
Why
service.
white glove service?
That's
Why?
like they assemble and organize everything.
Right.
Did
and
they
they
have bow ties on when they were doing it?
That would have been cool.
I think this is Chippendales, Mike.
That would have been cool.
That would have been great.
That would have been cool if it was white glove service and they came in there. And one did the guy, you were obviously distraught when there was no footboard that was
Yes.
brought in. And what did he say? Did you go, well, now I'm going to have to sleep on the ground? And did he say anything kind of like to make you feel better?
Well, he called the warehouse in front of me,
Yes.
and he did lots of like sighs and stuff, but to
Right.
be on my side, he's
Yeah.
like, I'm sorry, like I don't know, and he's like, maybe I'll be the one that brings it back and like puts it together, whatever. He was very like nice. There's nothing he could do about it.
Right.
Not hot though.
He wasn't. He wasn't hot. But was this person? Was he tall? Because we had an issue with Shannon saying that people under 5'8" aren't people.
That's not true.
And we were going into a whole exercise thing, and it's like, why exercise when you shouldn't be alive? It's like, Shannon, come in.
That's why that
hot
bed
on
is
this
empty,
one.
Shannon.
I mean,
Because they can only have sex with a tiny person.
a tiny person, 5'8". How about we try harder, Shannon?
5'8's
We
not
really
tiny.
fight for it.
5'8" that's normal. It's average.
Yeah, well,
Right?
How tall are you?
5'10".
5'10", yeah.
5'10" is
5'1".
average.
Come on. 5'1".
5'1". The problem is the 5'1s are always looking for the 6'5s.
Yeah.
If the 5'1s would go with the 5'8s, then the women who are 5'8 can go for the 6'5s and everything would even out. You're actually screwing things up. You and your people.
You're out of line, Shannon.
I'm not taking any of the men. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I'm not
well,
screwing anything up.
Stay out of space
What size is the bed?
because you're never going to be an astronaut with that kind of attitude.
Queen.
Okay.
It's a queen,
Queen for
and
a
you
queen.
did that for yourself because you're a queen.
Because I'm a queen, Mike.
Oh my
It does.
god!
There's also LED lights in
What?
the furniture. There's rhinestones on it.
What?
It's wonderful.
There's a
It's so
Bluetooth
pretty.
speaker in it as well?
No.
Where'd your parents get this from? Fucking
I
Brookfield?
ordered it. They just paid for it. But I picked it out. I love
You
it.
A
It's so
rhinestone LED light.
Can you pull it up, please?
pretty.
How can you sleep with LED lights?
No, I like turn them off. It's
Oh,
just
you
like
turn
for
them
show.
off.
For my cats, I guess. I don't know who's gonna see
For the
it.
cats, when they're high on catnip, they get a little light show?
Let me see if
What
I
the
can.
hell's going on, Mike?
We have a lot to get to, but let's slow it down because we want to get a look at Shannon's bed. I mean,
Oh,
the fans,
yes.
I think, want it.
I mean, it's got to be Googleable.
Yeah. Rhinestones and LED lights.
Oh, this is it.
Is there a Super Bowl show that happens in your bed every?
Okay, this
week?
is it. You can share this.
Wow.
Isn't it pretty?
I mean,
That's pretty nice.
It is beautiful,
So
actually.
yeah, there's the headboard and the mirror, and then underneath the nightstand have the light, and then each of the handles has rhinestones on them.
Oh, so you got the whole set?
Yeah, I have the whole set except the footboard.
Did it come with like a little remote control where you could like pick the color of the light?
No, that's what sucks. I can't change
That
the color.
sucks.
Oh.
It's just this color that it shows.
Damn.
Yeah.
Just lavender color.
Yeah, but I like that.
Do you get mirrors on the ceiling, Shannon? No. That's not just for sex. It's also to look at yourself.
What
in
is
the
she,
morning.
a Coke queen? What is she, a fucking
I
Coke
like
dealer?
mirrors on the ceiling.
Do you?
She does
I do like
Kratom,
it. I
Mike,
do
not
actually-
Coke.
I do actually like mirrors on the ceiling.
Not for sex.
I mean, not for sex, but just to have it. I think it's a cool effect. I like the thing that Katie bought me, which is the
The stars.
stars. What's that
the
called?
little light, like it does, it's like a
It's a projector.
globe
Projector.
Projector.
Yeah, but what's that called?
Galaxy?
No, it's where you go. The planetarium.
planetarium.
It's like a planetarium. Although when she's not in the mood to have the lights on, she goes, "They burn your eyes out. They're lasers." I go, "Why would you buy lasers for me then?" Anyway, so I like that. But the mirror thing is kind of cool. It seems like it would fit with that.
Yeah,
Fit with that scene.
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay, so what's the timeline on it, Shannon? Our fans are dying to know. I have to ask the tough questions.
So I called them this morning because they were closed all weekend, so I couldn't find anything out. And they told me to send them a picture of all of the pieces I did receive, and then they can resolve it. But I'm like, well, I'm not home now, so now I have to wait till tonight to send it to them. And they were like, I assure you, it's not going to take as long as this first round. But the first
Yeah.
round was 5 months, so it could be
Yeah.
how many months?
And they'll just go, it's a COVID shipping
Exactly.
supply chain.
Exactly.
They just say supply chain like we all supposed to know what that means.
Yeah.
And then everything is that, that's why you could have been late, Mike. You could have just said supply chain.
There was
supply
COVID.
chain, COVID test backup.
Lots of COVID involved.
racial inequity. If you would have just said that, then we would have been like, okay, well, I
Can't
can't
touch
ask
it.
any more questions
That's it.
now.
That's it. But I'm an honest guy, so I didn't
You
do
are
that.
honest. You said Metro North, meth head. I said boutique yogurt dealer. And then we resolved it.
It's done.
And now we're just sitting here, you and me, with a Pokemon t-shirt because it's laundry day in the Bronx, I guess. Laundry day in the Bronx. So all your clothes are on a line.
My mother's out there right now just fucking putting it out in the kitchen.
We don't make fun of anybody's mother on this podcast.
Sorry.
Get a close-up, Shannon. I will not make fun of anybody's mother on this podcast, Michael Figs, including yours. Your mother's probably a saint.
She is, but you said Pokemon like my mom says Pokemon.
Pokemon. Yeah, is that reggae enough for everybody?
Pokemon.
Natalie, what does your bed look like? Let's bring it up. Let's bring up your bed.
It's
Is it
also a
My
queen
Little
bed.
Pony. You're like more of a Holly
No, I
Hobby,
am-
My Little Pony. You're not electro nightclub bed Shannon. You're a little more organic.
I
A little
used to
Little
have
House
a
on the
Powerpuff
Can I
Girls
talk?
bed back in the day.
Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah.
Not quite.
Hannah
it up.
Montana.
Warmer.
Hillary Duff.
Definitely. I have the queen bed that was my dad's when he moved. I got his queen bed.
Your dad had a queen?
Yeah.
Bed probably smells like Marlboro Reds.
Did your dad smoke Marlboro Reds? Mike
No.
raises a great point.
No, my dad's the only person in his family that doesn't smoke.
Well, I mean, if you're a man and you have a queen bed, you have to smoke Virginia Slims. I would say you come a long way, baby,
Or Parliament.
because of feminisms. Natalie, bring up your bed.
I don't know what it looks
Oh,
like.
come on,
Natalie,
Natalie.
come on.
You're holding back on this podcast, and that's why our numbers are low.
Let me see if I can find a picture of it on my phone.
Okay. Our fans want to know how our female producers sleep.
It'll probably be a picture of my cat on my bed.
That's okay. Our fans are used to that kind of a thing. Mike, what do you sleep on?
I sleep on a king
Thank you.
memory foam.
Memory foam? Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
Mini fridge right next to it filled with Modelo Negros.
Yes.
Damn
because
right.
you're half Hispanic.
That's right, sir.
Right.
I thought you were going to say something else.
No.
There's a lot of hiss.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God
yeah.
we're
You could say it because you're my sheriff.
well, no, we have it's the human resources here. So we have believe in equity, racial equity on this. Is that right? Equality.
Equality,
Not
yeah.
equity.
Equity.
But racial equality on the podcast. So you're entitled to have a small refrigerator.
Thank you.
And I assume a boombox
Yes.
on top of it.
Yes, just
Playing
and it actually holds-
Daddy Yankee, your wake up song.
Ludacris.
Everybody, Gasolina. Mm-hmm. Which the prices of Gasolina are pretty high. I don't
Mucho.
wonder if that
Mucho.
song gets played more.
Arriba. It's high.
So, let's get to some. I brought you on because you're an expert investigator, and
Thank
you've
you.
been killing it on this podcast.
Appreciate it.
And
You know what?
you're one of the young guns of comedy.
Thank you
a
so
guy who's
much.
flourishing, a guy who's coming up through the ranks, knocking guys like me out of the.
I feel like I ruined it though by
club
being
and
late.
college.
I feel like
No,
I
you
ruined
didn't.
it by being late. I wanted to come here. I wanted to be special. It's the third time on the show.
When's this premiering? 9 p.m. on Monday. Our fans just woke up.
Okay, perfect.
So it's not
Okay.
a thing. I
Okay,
mean,
okay.
being late is their calling card.
All right.
And I'm trying to get them out of it, but they're hardheads, a lot of them. They're really thick-skulled hardheads. And I get frustrated with them, but I love them. I love them like stepchildren that aren't mine, but I still need to provide for. Okay, let's go to some news stories. This one has to do with golf, but it doesn't. John Daly poses with Hooters girls in photos of the Masters. The Masters was
Nice.
the weekend. I was with Nate and Graham Kay, who are both golf guys.
Nate
And,
is a
Bergazzi.
cowboy.
Nate is from the South.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess.
I met him with you.
Yes.
Like, who's this fella?
All people from the South are not cowboys, but I appreciate some of them. They do have that vibe to them.
Pretty sure he was a cowboy, but it's okay.
Okay. Well, he is. He loves golf, and so does Graham Kay, who's another hilarious comic who's been on the show. So they were watching golf. I don't really understand it. I'm mostly into contact sports,
Nice.
and these guys love golf though because I guess that's what you get into. So the 55-year-old pro golfer, John Daly, who. I guess he's not competitive anymore. I don't know. I don't think you could retire from golf.
Yeah, I think he did something with his son recently. They did like a father-son thing. I
Yeah.
saw Tiger Woods with
But
his
this
son.
is the Masters. Like, anybody who's anybody's competing in this thing, right?
Oh,
I think.
okay.
So he's a golfer. I don't know why he wasn't competing. I don't know if he competes anymore or. Yeah, it's a good question. It's a question I've had for a long time. If you retire from golf, what do you do then? I mean, most people retire to play golf. So when you retire from golf, do you play miniature golf or a smaller version, a less stressful version of golf?
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know. The joke doesn't work. But let's go. John Daly was a pro golfer. The 55-year-old pro golfer spent most of the Masters week at Hooters, where his big tent was set up in the parking lot outside St. Augustus National to sell merchandise to fans. He just gives up golf and just sells merch. Wouldn't that be great to give up comedy and just sell merch?
That's amazing. This guy's living a dream.
A traditional Daily has continued with the restaurant chain since 1997. He sells his merch at Hooters. Daly posed for photos with a number of Hooters girls that shared the snaps to Instagram. What a shock. He was pictured holding a cigarette in one photo, encouraging people to smoke, I think is good, while others showed him smiling with the Hooters girls who posed with autographed merch. And that's one of the sexy girls. For those of you who can't afford a computer, we're looking at a picture of John Daly, who's got a Santa Claus Duck Dynasty beard with one of the hot Hooters. Now, Michael, do you frequent Hooters?
You know what?
Have you been?
I've been to Hooters. I've been to Hooters, and they have really good wings. But I only went.
Did
one
they have
time.
a Hooters in the Bronx?
No, there wasn't a Hooters in the Bronx.
Right, because it's more a focus on booties.
There was a booties
and not
in the
so
Bronx.
much Hooters.
There's no Hooters in the Bronx.
Right.
There was a couple Applebee's.
Wouldn't that be great if they had a Hooters in the Bronx, but it was all just about butts?
they had booties?
It would be thighs. It would be called Thigh Master.
A lot of ass. It'd be called a lot of ass.
That's what it could be called.
Whole lot of ass.
Whole lot of ass.
Yeah. Badonkeys, it'll be called.
Badonkadonk.
Yeah, wagons. It'll be called wagons. That's what they say in the Bronx. But yo, you got a wagon, ma.
Yeah. You got a wagon.
Yo, she got the dump truck.
Dump truck.
She's got a
Dump trucks. Instead of Hooters, dump trucks.
with a Z.
Yes. And a $sign.
Yes.
For some reason. Where we're always putting for some in the Bronx.
Hell yeah.
Which I like a lot, you know?
Hell yeah.
Okay, so
Hooters sucks.
You don't like
Let's
Hooters.
be honest.
But there's a social contract when you go to Hooters. Last time I went.
Beer and boobies. That you go there for a beer, you look at the chicks, you could be a perv.
Well, I could look at the chicks, but I'm going in there, and Shannon, I want you to weigh in on this too, because this is a female issue, I think. Not that that's all you can comment on.
Shannon looks like she's a manager at Hooters.
Smart.
Shanny's like, she's like top.
Yeah.
Shanny's like, the captain of
If
the
Hooters had ghosts or fights, Shannon would do a live podcast from it. Okay, so go into Hooters, and they sit you at a table. Mike, I'm going to walk you through
Go
this.
through it.
I sit at the table. The waitress comes over, hot.
Yeah, wait, you're talking about this is hypothetical or this
No,
happened?
this happens.
Oh, okay, tell me.
I'm in Atlantic City, and there's a Hooters in the Trop.
In the Tropicana, yes, that's right.
So I go in there, bottom, and it's the basement, and comes over and takes the order.
Okay.
And it's like, I crack a joke. I go, what's good today? Or something charming, just charming.
So goddamn charming.
And she's like, we have this. And I go, okay. So I order, and then she takes my order. Comes back and brings the wings. I try to make other small talk, and she's just kind of like not giving me anything. And it's like there's a social contract there where it's like I'm coming to Hooters so that a girl that's out of my league gives me some attention and makes me feel attractive. And then I overpay for wings that aren't that good. And that's the social contract. You make me feel good looking. I overpay for food and then tip you well, and everybody walks away happy. But if you're just going to take my order and not going to make flirtatious small talk with me, what are we even doing here? Am I just overpaying for food? I feel gypped.
I could have went to Checkers.
I could have went to somewhere that doesn't give me 9 wipes.
Yeah. I could have went to Houlihan's. Any other place.
Yes.
I came here for the conversation. For the hopes, to feel good
hope
for
and
for
dreams.
an hour.
People need to have dreams. Men need to have dreams, and to have those dreams just shot out of the sky. Somebody taking my order. It's like, and then she's just on her phone over there, like probably with her boyfriend or something, who's probably a rich guy, probably owns a boat.
Yep.
And that's what I imagine.
Probably John Daly, dude.
Maybe just John Daly.
It's probably John
Maybe
Daly.
it's a pro golfer or somebody who's retired from pro golfing and just sells merch.
Maybe they thought you were too clean. Maybe they like a dirty, scruffly guy that looks like he smells like cheese. You know what I mean?
It
like
could be
that's what
that.
they saw you. They're like, this guy's wearing cool water. First off, they probably
Yeah.
smelled the cool water. And they're like, J. Crew, half zip.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Half zip.
this guy, this guy's not a creep. He's gonna just come here and he's gonna ask me about the dressings. You know, maybe they wanted you to be more aggressive, Mike. Maybe you were too nice.
I don't think that's what it is with these women. I think that maybe I should have dropped more that I have money in the conversation. I'm going to go up to my horse farm later this week. Oh, you want to take a... Can I just finish what I was saying about my horse farm to my friend? And then go back, let me give you my order now. Maybe that would pique her interest.
The whole time
But I shouldn't have to do that at Hooters.
You should
I
have
should
to.
walk in and they should be fawning over me. And I think that's a real word, Shannon. They should be fawning over me because I'm a customer and that's the contract. Mike, do you agree with that?
100%.
Right.
The moment you walk in, were you by yourself?
No, I was with a friend.
A female? Or
No, a male friend. Because a female friend is a threat to them.
2 little silver foxes walked in. Sorry,
Yes.
I didn't mean to make fun of your age.
No.
Like 2
I'm
gray daddies. Can I call you a gray daddy?
It's whatever you want.
Two gray
Freedom of
daddies.
speech on this podcast.
Two gray daddies walking to Hooters, looking tight.
Yeah.
Okay. Waving a Quicksilver Capital One card.
Right.
At least you could do is hey, how's your day, guys?
Yeah.
Hey, how's your day? You have a water preference? You want still or sparkling? Did they ask you for still or sparkling?
No, they don't do that at Hooters. It's low rent.
Don't go back, bro.
I'm not going to
First off, what are you doing at the Tropicana? Let's just start right there, Mike.
Well, I was at the Borgata, and my friend goes, let's go to Hooters at the Tropicana. And so we went there. And I was like, I'm down. It's like, let me put my Axe body spray on, and let's go. And then we go, and it's almost like I didn't put any Axe body spray on. That's the way they were walking around me and ignoring me. And I just don't get it.
They didn't smell that fresh burst.
I mean, isn't that like... Isn't that what the restaurant is about?
It's literally Axe body spray.
It's literally what it's about.
That's
Michael.
the whole restaurant. I don't know. Hey, maybe things have changed. I don't know. What did she look like?
Women
You
are
describe her?
progressive. Women are the girls there are hot. They're very hot, and there's they have swimsuit calendars of themselves up and everything, and it's like a whole thing, and it's just like just want some attention.
Yeah, I know.
I just want some attention.
Maybe you should have done.
What?
And I'm just gonna be, I'm a little bit edgy, so I apologize. But maybe you should have looked for the one that was a little chunky. Maybe there was a waitress that had a little meat on her. Maybe she would have been nicer.
I would have anybody that would have been nicer would have been better.
Yeah,
I just want to get treated nice. I think that's what men want.
that's what we all
And
want.
we don't want to be like discriminated against for our height. Shannon. Now, what do you think of my story, Shannon, from a female perspective? Mike is outraged over here. He could barely keep his video game shirt on.
I'm pissed. She put you in a booster seat, Mike? I am pissed. This bitch at Hooters.
So I agree with you,
Yeah,
Mike.
it's a contract.
First of all, yes, I agree with that. But also, in the hospitality industry,
Yes.
your server should always be very nice to you. And then at Hooters in particular, like there is an understood thing.
Yes.
Like these are pretty girls. You got to look at the pretty girl. They
Right.
should be very nice to you. Yeah. I get
One
that.
last question.
Yeah.
Was it busy? Was she?
No, it wasn't that busy.
Then there's absolutely no
It
excuse.
wasn't that busy because she was on her phone. And I'm like, I started getting jealous. Is she talking to another table? Is she texting another table?
She might have been texting. She might have been.
And they put paper towels right on the table now, so they don't have to bring any to you. It's like I'm a slob.
Just get a robot.
give me paper towels.
That's
And then you get sucked in because you just keep ordering more and more stuff. It's like maybe this will make her happy. Maybe this will make her happy. And it's like it doesn't. It's just never ending. And then you end up, a grand in at a Hooters.
I feel you. My insecurity sometimes when I go to restaurants, when they ask me a water preference, I get sparkling so that they know that I'm going to spend money. I don't go tap. Like they'll be like, "You want tap? Still
Right.
sparkling?" I go bottle of sparkling Pellegrino, and they'll be like, "Oh, Pellegrino."
Yes.
Right
They
off the
perk
bat,
up.
I'm already spending.
Because that's not a D train option, is
not-
it?
no.
Pellegrino?
No, Michigan water is what
Right.
they serve on the D train.
I would like to go into a restaurant and then it says, please wait to be seated. And I would like to be like, this is a regular restaurant, not Hooters. I would be like, let the female servers, I'm not sitting in a male section, I'm sorry. Let the female servers come and bid on me. let them bid as to I only want to be with somebody who wants to be with me. I'm very sensitive. And anybody who watches this podcast knows.
Bid on me.
Very, very sensitive.
That's amazing. They should have that.
I mean, let's have it. Like, who really cares? Who wants to give me the attention I deserve?
You got to become a regular then, man. You got to put in the work.
I can't. I'm paying money.
You got to go back to Hooters. Yeah. How much you tipped her?
I tipped her right. I never slide on the tip.
Nice.
Nah, I can't do it.
Nice.
I can't do it. So,
Good man.
so that's John Daly, and let's move on to other investigations.
What did he do though? But
what did John-
why are we talking to
Let's go back to this. Mike will not let this investigation
No,
go.
we don't have to. But like, did he punch one of the girls?
No,
Did
let's
he-
see if anything happened,
Did he-
Michael. Let's see if anything happened. John Daly, who spends most of his. This answers the question, I think. John Daly, who spends most of his playing time on the Champions Tour, previously advertised his Hooters appearance on posts on Instagram this week. He last played in the Masters in 2006. 2006? I guess he plays on another tour. Last month, Daly released his country. He does whiskey and water. His country album. People just crossing over left and right. T.I., him.
Oh, God.
Everybody's just crossing over. Maybe I should do like a puppet show or something. Be like the former comic who's now a puppeteer.
You should.
Something to mix it up, just to get some headlines.
Have a little Italian puppet who goes to Hooters and complains.
Something.
Yeah.
Yes. And maybe it's all done with bras.
Yeah.
If it's Hooters.
For sure.
Puppets made from bras.
Yeah.
That'll make the news.
Broppets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it'll be a big hit on TikTok. And then you guys will not be able to come to my show because it'll be sold the F out. Sorry, I think it's good to make eye contact with the fans once in a while.
Let 'em
because
know.
eye contact is like not a thing anymore. That's like sex now.
Yeah, you're right.
You know?
Very, yeah.
So John Daly plays on the Champions Tour, and he writes country music and goes to Hooters.
And there's a drink name after him, too. So an Arnold Palmer, you know what Arnold Palmer is? If you spike it, it becomes a John Daly.
Wow. I guess that's pretty great.
Should have got that at Hooters.
I should have got that at Hooters.
Next time you go, 2 John Dalys, and maybe they'll
I don't
go.
know if I can still go. I'm emotionally scarred from not getting the attention that I deserve at Hooters.
Mike, if we're off the record, don't ever go back.
I'm not going to ever go back, and it wouldn't be funny if a woman comes to your table and she gives you food and she flirts with you, but then she goes back and in the waitress station, she's like breastfeeding her child. It's like, these aren't just for your viewing pleasure. They're also for evolutionary mammal reasons.
If you want to see that, you just got to go to a Golden Corral.
Well done, Michael Figs. This is why we brought you in.
That was it. Can that be my... All right.
No, that's
Let's
your
go to
calling
next
card.
story. Yeah, let's go to
JetBlue passenger seen on video pleading to get off the plane. I just flew in today. This hits close to home.
Oh, here we go.
Gotta get off this plane. Can I read the headline?
Was that Aziz Ansari you just did?
Gotta get off this
Gotta get
plane.
off this plane.
JetBlue passengers plead with crew after aborted, which is a big word in the headlines now people are using, landings at John F. Kennedy Airport. John F. Kennedy. He has an airport.
Oh, I've heard about this. I
He
heard
was
about
the president.
This. I've read this.
I don't know if that's hit TikTok, but
JFK?
he's the president.
It's a bridge. Oh.
No. Let's, this is it. This is the live feed.
Life at risk. You know, I was scared.
I'm not going back up in the air.
Someone said breastfeed.
The weather wasn't good.
I'm not going back up
This
in the air.
airplane was going down.
Look, man, I'll do something crazy. You can arrest me. I don't want to go back up in the air.
Yeah, but do me a favor, no.
Officer, my kids are panicking. People are sick back there. We gotta get off this
I
plane.
don't want to be on this plane.
It's dangerous. We tried to land 4 times already. It's dangerous. We're scared to fly. We want to get off.
Take me to jail.
Please, I don't want to go to jail, but it's not right. We're 6 hours. It's a 3-hour flight. It's not your fault. It's not their fault. We just want to get off.
Is he Jewish or Italian? I really
don't know.
can't tell.
Probably a little bit of both.
JFK. It's our lives.
I don't want to go up.
It's our lives. I'm sorry.
My life made
It
it.
was dramatic.
People are sick back there. People are fainting. People are throwing up.
What?
A little respect for human beings. How long can we sit on this crap? I held myself in long enough. It's not right. Everybody wants to get the hell off. Everybody wants to get off.
I want to get off.
Thank you.
Okay, what happened here?
I know the whole
I think
story.
that they were trying to land at JFK. They couldn't. They were in a holding pattern. I think that's correct, Shannon. They were in a holding pattern, and they tried to land several times at JFK. It got very turbulent, which they don't
Very.
even say turbulent anymore.
Very.
They say, instead of taking responsibility and go, I'm sorry that it's very turbulent, they go, we're experiencing rough air. And that takes the responsibility off of you as a pilot. You go, I'm sorry, we're experiencing rough air. And do you know what that it's like, I hit you, Mike. Let's say I would never would, because I know it would be coming back at me. A lot of power, a lot of Dominican power.
No, well,
So-
Puerto Rican, but I'll take it.
Puerto Rican and Dominican. Let's do a 23 and me. But I know a lot of power would be coming back.
I would
So,
never, yeah.
but instead of going the police report, because it would be like, oh, Mike hit Mike, it would be like, no, Mike experienced a slap. You know what I mean? It's like the difference
Just-
in responsibility.
Just give it to me raw.
Yeah.
Tell me the truth. What's gonna happen?
Well, so they were gonna land. What happened, Shannon?
It looks like.
Let's talk through it.
Okay, so it says a disturbing video shot aboard JetBlue flight captured passengers clamoring to get off the plane in Newark, shouting that they were scared after several attempts to land at JFK. So
Right.
it looks like their destination was supposed to be JFK.
Right.
They landed at Newark, and then maybe they were going to bring them over to Newark to JFK from Newark, and
Yeah.
they're like, no, thank you.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it seemed.
So the turbulence was so bad, they couldn't land. It took forever.
Yeah.
They finally land after
Right.
thinking that the plane was going to crash.
Right.
And they say, okay. And it was from Mexico, so they had to go through customs. They go, all right, we can't get off here. We're gonna fly to Newark. And they were like, this. Oh no, they were at.
They
Newark.
tried to land six times at JFK.
And they go, so we're at Newark. So he lands at Newark. They go, we're gonna go back to JFK. They go, get us off here right now.
Right.
We don't give an F. Get us off.
Right.
And JetBlue basically says this, okay, if we do let you off, it's gonna take hours to go through customs because customs wasn't open yet.
Right.
So you have a choice. You can get off now and you'll wait hours, 7
Right.
hours, or we're gonna go fly right now back to JFK.
What do you do, Mike? Do you risk your life? Because I don't like to be
I get off.
inconvenienced. I'd almost rather die than be inconvenienced. If I'm gonna have to wait for hours, I might as well be waiting with Jesus.
You know what? Maybe if they slide me a few vodka sodas,
Right.
You know what? I'm going back off
Drink
the wagon.
tickets.
Give me some drink tickets. Give me something.
Right.
You know. Give me some miles. Give me something. Give me
Right.
something. You know. Maybe
But the flight attendants aren't negotiators. You know what I mean? They're not. They can't negotiate that. But the people on the flight seemed very reasonable.
Yeah.
Even in their outrage,
Yeah.
they seemed reasonable.
for sure. For sure. Please let us off.
Yeah.
My son is puking.
Take me to jail.
Take me to jail.
Take me to jail. I'd rather be in jail than to be on this flight.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what they ended up doing?
Getting super
want me to tell?
medallion miles. That's Delta. Sorry, Delta. I love you. Usually JetBlue.
They give you blue chips.
Do they?
Yeah. Do you like those blue chips? They're like healthy taro chips.
Oh.
Give me a couple drinks. Give me a taro chip, and maybe we go back to JFK. But no, they didn't do that. And the people went to JFK with nothing.
Do you think that a good incentive is to give them Blue Chew, which used to sponsor this podcast? Then everybody's stuck on the plane with full erections.
Full erection. Give them a couple blankets. Let them do their thing.
Right.
You know? Shannon, if you were on that plane, you would have finally got lucky.
Oh, I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't.
Shannon's
have, it wouldn't
picky.
have consented.
Shannon's picky. Shannon would only sleep with tall people in first class.
That guy was pretty tall.
With the long beard.
Yeah.
I don't think-
Shannon, they gave me the blue chew.
Oh, Shannon would only sleep with people in seats with extra leg room.
By
It's
the way,
ridiculous.
the airline did offer passengers $50 in flight credits for their inconvenience.
$50? That's what 7 hours is worth.
A roller
Mike?
coaster ride, and here's $50.
Do you get off the plane, Mike?
I get off the plane.
Yeah.
Honestly, I get
Yeah,
off
you
the
get
plane.
off.
I get off the plane. I'm
Get
like,
off in
all right.
Newark. Is getting off in Newark more dangerous than a plane? I give my chance a better chance to survive a plane crash than living in Newark.
That is true. Yeah, Newark is pretty bad.
It's pretty dangerous, and that's somebody from the Bronx who's saying that.
Newark sucks.
Newark. There's a lot of good people in Newark.
Oh, Newark is okay. Newark's not that
Thanks,
bad.
Mike. Thanks for flipping
Just
on
the
that.
airport.
Just the airport. Shannon, do you get off the plane? Take it around the horn.
I feel like when everybody else starts to get all crazy, it would make me nervous.
Yeah.
And I would panic, and then I would want to get off. But I would leave from.
You'd appreciate a ride back to JFK.
No, I'd rather be at Newark though.
Oh.
But if it was the other way around, it's like Staten Island's in between both of
Yeah.
them. But
This
I
is
think
oddly-
I would be nervous, and I would want to get off.
This is very sexual
Would you talk to
right
the
now.
pilot, Shannon, and be
extremely
like, "Can you drop me off in Staten Island? I have a not yet built bed."
Yeah, just getting off. I want to get off
Right.
on my broken bed.
Man, it's pretty hot. A lot of our fans are
This is
aroused.
sexual. I just
Natalie, cap us off. What do you do?
I would probably go with whatever the consensus was on the plane. I don't want to rock the boat
Right.
any more than it already is.
You wouldn't ruffle any feathers.
No, probably not.
Rock the boat, ruffle feathers. These are expressions
Rock
that we
the
like
plane.
to use on the
Sorry,
podcast.
missed
Rock the
opportunity.
plane. Well, afterwards, it's like they would be like, "Could you put your seat in the upright position?" It's like, what are we doing? Can you not worry about my seat?
Put the
What about the
tray up.
fact we almost died 6 times?
Yeah.
On JFK, you know.
I'm trying to finish Wedding Crashers, right? You know what
Yes.
I mean, why I got to turn off the TV?
What's Blue? What's their preferred customers called on JetBlue? Mosaics.
Yep.
The mosaic.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the JetBlue story. I would depends how turbulent it was though, but I would like to go back to JFK. I would like to see the
JFK 's
pilot
nice.
pull it off.
Right.
The pilot knows if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I would think the pilot would not take a crazy risk of crashing the plane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just have more faith in the pilot, you know? And it's like, it's bumpy or whatever, but like, would he really take off from Newark and land in JFK if it wasn't safe? And plus, it's not just him, it's air traffic controllers. Exactly. I mean, most of them are probably coked up, but whatever. They still have good judgment.
And you think the wind is that powerful to
yes.
move?
I'm not going to get bullied by the wind, Michael.
You don't think the pilot is just like, hey, let's fuck around and just starts shaking it? You know what I mean? I want to make one of these kids throw up because it's Newark, so he's probably smoking. Let's make one of these kids throw up, and he just starts jiggling.
Do pilots have their own agenda?
They do.
Maybe his mistress lives in that part of Queens.
Exactly.
And he didn't want to go home to his wife who lives in Newark with his family. He goes, I want to go my girlfriend who lives in Ozone Park.
That pilot, it was Natalie's dad, and he was like, I just gave my bed to my daughter. We got to go to Newark first. I don't want to land in JFK. And Natalie called him, like, Dad, are you coming home anytime soon?
I think there's something more going on here with these pilots and his agenda.
I just really wanted to do Natalie's Kermit voice.
I think it's great. I think Natalie's voice is great.
I'm also a big fan.
JetBlue.
So JetBlue had their problems, and it's always like the pilots get their way. Do we ever hear about the navigator? You know, like what is his... Where does he want to go? Like, let him be the tie break. If it's the pilot wants to go, the co-pilot wants to stay, let the navigator have the final say. There's 3 people in a cockpit for a reason.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
There's a navigator?
There's a navigator.
And what is his job?
Do you think the plane just flies itself, Mike?
He holds the compass?
He's the directions guy.
Okay.
Yeah. And women can be navigators.
Like this the whole time?
Yeah.
In the plane?
He's on instruments.
I don't know,
which is a great airplane scene. They're on instruments. Let's go to the next one because time is wasting here. Starbucks CEO lashes out at union. Let's skip that one. Let's go to, since we're on a plane, we'll get into unions another time. Skydiver survives after slamming to the ground at 125 miles per hour.
What?
Skydiver miraculously survives 125 mile per hour fall after parachute mishap.
Oh, wow.
A Virginia woman miraculously survived a skydiving accident after her parachute got tangled on her leg and she slammed into the ground at 125 miles per hour. Jordan Hatmaker, 35, suffered a broken back, leg, and ankle in the 13,500-foot 20-second plunge over Suffolk, Virginia in November. Everything happened really quickly. Isn't that a great thing to say? At 125 miles an hour, it happened pretty quickly. Everything happened pretty quickly. She told the news outlet about botched downplane jump, where both the main and reserved chutes shifted outward and fly towards the ground at an accelerated rate. After 10 seconds of free fall, I would be, just going to the bathroom all different ways in my pants at this point. Hatmaker moved away from her instructor and pulled the cord, which released the so-called pilot chute, a smaller auxiliary parachute used to deploy the main one. But it came wrapped in her leg. Any of this stuff could happen.
It's like
as she continued to plummet towards the ground at 125 miles per hour. The reserve chute eventually deployed automatically, but the jolt caused the main one to break out of its bag and inflate, causing both canopies to fly away from each other in the dreaded downplane.
These guys got a lot of parachutes on them. Jesus, it really wasn't her day.
No, but it's like in the cartoons where they put together, like one chute opens and then another chute should open. I didn't have any thoughts because I was spiraling, so I didn't know what was going on. I was just in strategy mode. I would just be in,
Who was asking her the questions? Like, how'd you feel about the Oscars? When I was flying in the fucking air.
She first hit the ground with her left leg, then bounced up and landed on her back. I hit with my left leg first, and then I bounced off. She's doing the interview after this from a hospital, I suppose. I bounced off my butt and face planted, and that's how I broke my back. Here was just an extreme burning through my lower back. And gravity.
Tell us about the pain. Is that what they had? What the hell kind of interview is? I feel bad for her, the poor girl.
This guy's asking the tough question.
Oh, man, I'm scared to scroll down. What do you think we're going to see?
I've never heard sounds like those come out of my body.
Oh.
I screamed blood-curdling screams. The thrill seeker first went skydiving in 2015 and fell in love with the sport. There's nothing. Oh, my God. Now she's in the hospital.
She's taking a nap.
I mean, I loved the challenge and conquering my fears, and I really instilled confidence in me. I thought I could do anything. Between 2015 and 2020, Hatmaker completed 5 tandem jumps. Yeah, that's what I would do, because now the guy is in charge. If something doesn't open, he's in charge.
Yeah.
Skydivers in which the student is attached to the instructor. It always looks weird, both of you. And then decided to obtain a license to jump solo. On November 14th, she embarked on her fateful 16th jump, the second of 2 she had planned for the day. There's her back.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
My God.
I mean, maybe the next time she should jump with her chiropractor, who are real. They're real doctors, by the way. They're real doctors. People rushed to her side, blah, blah, blah. When my back broke, some of the pieces of my vertebrae went into my spine. That's inconvenient. Who underwent spinal fusion surgery. They said, we don't know what kind of mobility she's going to have, but they didn't think I was going to be paralyzed because I could wiggle my toes. That's always helpful.
Well, there you go. I mean,
this story just keeps going.
Is that the instructor?
I don't know. I was very thankful. I hope that's not the guy who packed the parachute. Because that guy...
That's the guy who sold her the Groupon.
I mean, come on.
Pepe. This is Pepe.
I can tell you how it ends because I read this article
Yeah.
earlier. So she had like her surgery. She did physical therapy, and she was up and walking again within 3 months. And she is excited to get back up in the air.
Is she going to go back up in the air?
Yes, she is.
Because of the whole conquering your fear things?
Yeah, she said she said if you love something, you shouldn't stop doing it just because an obstacle got in the way.
I didn't think that was the saying. I thought if you love something, you should set it free and never do it again, especially if it breaks your spine. Damn it, I got the wrong quote book.
Oh my!
Michael, have you ever skydived?
Never. I would never.
No.
I hate roller coasters. I hate acceleration.
What about running from a gang in the Bronx? That burrows skydiving.
I would get an Uber.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uber out of it. Shannon, would you skydive?
Absolutely not. Same as Mike. I don't like roller coasters. I don't
Right.
like that adrenaline rush.
What if there was a hunk in the plane who was 6'5" and you were attached to him?
Yeah. Exactly.
At the pelvis.
I'll wait for him at the bottom.
What if he's
Yeah.
tall? He has a tribal tattoo.
No, I don't like that.
He has his shoulders completely tatted, just his shoulder, like a Hawaiian tiki statue, and he's straddling you, and he's like, "You ready to go for the dive?"
I literally don't think I could get myself out of the plane. Like he would. I don't think I could do it. I think I would pass
Yeah.
out. I hate the whole idea of it.
Yeah.
Bungee jumping?
Oh, yeah, that's the same
Would you
thing.
bungee? Have you ever bungeed?
I've never, no. I don't know. I don't think it's my thing.
I did. I bungee jumped.
Is
How
it
did that
terrifying?
Yes. I went for like high school spring break to Cancun when I was like 17,
Mm-hmm.
and I hate all of this stuff. But afterwards, I was like, just like with the cliff diving in Jamaica, I didn't want to regret not doing it afterwards.
Right.
So after all my friends did it, I went up and did it. I hyperventilated on the way up, and it was from a crane. So I stepped to the edge, and I told the guy, I was like, I literally can't do it. Like, you have to push me. And only in Mexico would they actually push you. And so he pushed me. And then, like, my sneaker fell off on the way down, which is terrifying because the thing is around your ankle. But I lived.
Some lucky
Yeah.
kid got a nice New Balance,
I
just
found
Yes.
the right foot.
I found it.
Some lucky kid.
You lived with one shoe.
It's in like the
Yeah.
on a mantle of
Which
glass.
is, I think that's good luck in Mexico.
It is.
When a shoe drops.
It is
When a shoe drops into your siesta.
from a beautiful white queen.
From a beautiful, moderately white Mediterranean queen.
Mm-hmm.
And Natalie, have you ever bungee jumped?
No desire. Although I do enjoy roller coasters.
Yeah.
I just like the idea that a roller coaster is like maybe a minute. Like I feel
Yeah.
like skydiving is like a whole ordeal.
Would you do skydiving?
No, probably
How much
not.
money would it take?
Tens of thousands of dollars.
Tens of thousands?
Wow.
I think so.
Wow.
I'd do it for $1,000.
Yeah.
I'd skydive for $1,200. No problem.
Yeah.
Pay off my Walmart bill.
You do it
I'll
for
skydive.
headlining work.
I will open for you at Yik Yaks. No problem. Yeah, for sure. I get sick on roller coasters.
Yeah.
Did it ever happen to you as a child?
I never got sick, but I'll tell you what was more terrifying than anything: zip line. A zip line freaked me out. I did it at some company picnic, and it was just like, oh, looks fun. It's like terrifying. You feel out of control. You're
Yeah.
going so fast.
Wow.
feels out of control. And the people like, I need some bedside manner. The people who are handling you, like, hey, just this is what to expect. Just lean into it. Try to enjoy it. It's like the people who are just like working there and don't care.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you got to care a little bit. You got to talk me through it.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
They're just tribal people with spears.
It's not even that. It's just that I think they're making like they're either kids who are college kids making $8 an hour. They just don't care. And I need we need tender loving care.
Right.
Men are emotional.
I'm gonna risk my life for you.
Yes.
Yep. All goes back to Hooters.
It all goes back to Hooters. Let's go to this last one, Shannon, because our time is wasting.
Do you want to do the sisters one?
No, I want to do a follow up because our fans need. We're following this story, and Mike, I'm interested to hear you weigh in on it because Madonna put another post up on TikTok.
Yeah, I saw it. I
and
feel bad for poor Madonna.
She posted another strange filtered video with no regrets. She's not regretting it. So it doesn't matter what you or I say. Yeah. She's not regretting it. And let's look at it.
I'm just waiting for the ad to play through.
Yeah.
She's got it. Yeah.
Take a bow.
She's got a lot
I
of
think
work
that's one of her songs.
Yeah.
15 seconds.
Okay. Well, let's think of other Madonna songs.
Material World? Is it?
Yeah, Material Girl.
Material Girl.
You're too young for that, Mike.
I know it. I remember it.
You do remember it? She has a lot of hits.
Papa Don't Preach.
Papa Don't Preach. Papa Don't Preach about doing these.
I really love.
Okay, I got it.
The one with the guy on the cross. Okay. Oh God.
Okay.
What is she doing? Kratom? Fiji water is good water.
It's so horrible when you have something and you don't know what it is. She's coughing which is good during COVID.
She looks like a Pokemon.
But she's got filters on, right? Why is that controversial?
What is she doing?
I think she's bored. I think Madonna's bored.
No, I think it's just all the fucking cocaine.
Why does she have why does she have crosses on? Isn't she went to Kabbalah?
She did. I don't know. She probably got him from Fashion Nova.
Maybe she's just trying to like stay relevant, and people are telling her the kids like TikTok, and she's just trying to
That's exactly
post
what it is.
And the kids do like TikTok.
They do. Well,
I'm on
according
it.
to you, they like.
I'm on it giving advice.
According to you, they still download their music from Napster, but
yeah, Napster, which I'll be taking after this. Sorry, that's a nap.
Madonna's daughter's beautiful.
Madonna's great, man. I love Madonna. She's so many great hits.
Great hits.
But it's a bizarre behavior that I love also. I love bizarre behavior because it gives us something to talk about on the podcast.
For sure.
The more bizarre, the better.
What do you do if you come home
Right.
and your wife or fiance or wife? Are you married?
I have a girlfriend.
Your girlfriend?
Yeah.
So sorry. Put some pressure. Does she listen to the podcast?
She was on it 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so maybe edit that part out. You go home, your girlfriend's on TikTok with that filter. What do? What's the first thing you do?
I take her temperature and her vitals. I'm pretend I'm a first. I like to pretend I'm a first responder.
Oh, okay.
And I tell the airlines that so they'll let me on first, but no dice. And then when they ask for the troops, I go, my dad used to be in the Air Force. And nothing. They don't help. But yeah, I would be like, that's bizarre behavior for you.
Yeah, for sure. Weird.
What about you?
My girlfriend's Dominican.
Right.
So she's always,
Yeah.
on the phone doing filters,
Right.
frying bananas. So I just I just let her be because she's bigger than me.
Right.
And I don't want to get
into trouble.
No trouble.
Right. So is it a thing where men can't tell women like this is bizarre? This is bizarre what you're doing on TikTok?
Because then they're gonna go, why? I can't feel beautiful?
Right. And they're going to make it about that.
Exactly.
And then you have to make it about, no, I want you to be on brand with whatever you're trying to push here.
You have to let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go and do something manly. And if she says something, you go, hey, I didn't say anything to you. When you ordered a bed of lavender lights.
Yes.
When you got the gemstone bed, did I say anything?
Yeah. Rhinestones?
Right. I didn't say anything.
No.
All right? Let me watch Boardwalk Empire and drink my whiskey rye.
Right. Which you don't drink anymore because you're sober. Talk to our fans who are struggling with addictions.
I'll take a Diet Coke, please.
Yes.
On the rocks.
Yeah. But if the flight's going down and you have to get off in Newark,
Bottle of Maker's Mark.
You go right off the wagon.
Off the wagon.
And you make no apologies about it.
None.
No.
I got to
Wow.
fly in the air. I want
Wow.
a blanket. I want a bourbon. And I want trail mix.
Yes.
Mixed nuts.
Blanket,
in my mouth.
bourbon, and trail mix in your mouth.
But where else is it going to go?
Yeah.
I mean, I could booth it.
Do you think it would be an interesting thing if you were flying from Newark to JFK and then you decided to you were going to take the opportunity to skydive? That was going to be your shot. I might as well skydive. What they're doing is unorthodox. I'll up them with skydiving.
If they pay my Circuit City debt, they pay off my credit card.
Right.
I might do it. I might.
Pretty
do it.
great. Well, we have a lot more to get. I'm just going to save some of these for next week, Shannon, because we're an hour 8 in, and I guess the MMA podcast comes in here after this, and I don't want them getting both of us into an ankle lock.
Oh, did you see the right hand that he threw last night? He did a punch and a kick.
They'll punch and kick us, and then they'll live stream it, and it'll get a lot of views because of Skankfest marketing. All right, but let's go to some plugs right now.
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only. Always be closing. Always be closing.
I'm gonna have Heidi lick some caviar off my balls in the meantime.
This guy is a wrecking machine. And he's hungry.
Thank you guys for listening, watching, subscribing, supporting. We appreciate you guys on Mike Vecchione Investigates. We love you. We love you. It's tough love. It's a different kind of, it's a brand of love, but we love you. So thank you. Please follow me on all social media platforms at Comic Mike V. Instagram, Twitter are my favorites. And so please follow me. Look for my schedule, live stand-up dates, MikeVecchione.com. Coming up, April 15th and 16th, I'll be at Hilarities in Cleveland, running my hour. Cleveland is one of my favorite clubs, Hilarities. And then Nashville, Tennessee, the Nateland Live podcast, which I believe is sold out. And then the next day, April 19th, Tuesday, I'll be taping my hour. 2 tapings. Tickets still available. If you're in the Nashville area, please come out. My 1 hour, Nate Bargatze, my good friend, is going to direct and produce it. Nate Bargatze presents Mike Vecchione in Nashville, Zanies, April 19th.
That's amazing.
After that, I have more dates, May 12th through the 15th, Phoenix, Arizona, House of Comedy, May 26th through the 29th in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and MikeVecchione.com for future dates. But the special taping is a big deal for me, so please support your boy if you can. Also, support me on my other podcast, Macaroni Rascals, me, Greg Stone, chopping it up, kicking it. Please support, subscribe, and become a Patreon member of the Macaroni Rascals. Thank you for all the love and support online. Thank you for the supporting the YouTube premiere every Monday at 9. I try to drop in. I can't express how grateful I am to you guys. Mikey, what do you got?
Oh, hell yeah. Thanks for having me here, Mike.
Yeah, it's the best.
I'm going to be at The Stand on the 25th. I'm going to be hosting the 8 o'clock show. They're working me in.
Nice.
I'm so excited to be working there. Come by, fucking support. Then we're doing Bowery Electric, May 16th. Me, Robbie. We got Karen Fian, Mike Racine, a whole bunch of people. Get tickets to that. Robin Figs on Instagram, Twitter, Young Guns Podcast. Me and Robbie, we started here, and it's getting a lot of great feedback. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you so much for subscribing. Check out the Patreon, and MikeFigs.com for all my social media stuff. Hell yeah, love you guys.
Young Guns is great. That's a great name.
Thank you so much, man.
That's
Yeah, is it? It's so
like
cool.
that.
It's bad.
It
but
is cool.
good. Yeah, we're
It is
trying
cool.
We're both old. We're both 35, but what are you gonna do?
That's it, man. Shannon, what do you got?
You can follow me on Instagram at ShannonLee6982. Listen to my podcast, The Thing Is Ding. We talk about bad dates, fighting, and ghosts. We have all sorts of interesting guests come on, comedians, porn stars, reality TV stars, and musicians, and they tell their own personal stories about their worst date experience, time they got into a street fight, and an experience with the paranormal. This past week, Mike Figs was actually on.
I had a great time.
It was so much fun, so check out that episode. Wherever you listen to Mike Vecchione Investigates, you can also watch it live for free every single Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern at gasdigitalnetwork.com/live. That's absolutely for free, but the best way to support the show is to go to gasdigitalnetwork.com, use promo code MVI. You'll get a 1-week free trial, which gives you access to every single episode of Mike Vecchione Investigates, as well as every single episode of every show on the Gas Digital Network, including 3 brand new shows this year: Yo MMA Rap with Louis J. Gomez and Dave Smith, Berg's Bass hosted by comedian Aaron Berg, and Wild Goose hosted by Zach Wild and JD DeServio of Black Label Society. Go to podcastmerch.com for t-shirts, hoodies, and mugs. If you have a story to submit, investigation to submit, rather, send it into MikeVecchioneInvestigates at gmail.com. And if you listen on iTunes or YouTube, make sure to rate, review, and tell a friend. That's it.
Those are plugs. And Shannon, did they plug our podcast on other podcasts? Did they start doing that and making us more of a priority?
Yeah.
We'll investigate that.
I'm going to plug it.
We'll
today.
turn the investigation on ourselves at Gas Digital in the studio. We'll go right after each other. That's how we'll do it. Nobody's off limits.
Except for moms.
Except for moms. Thank you for bringing it back to that.
No worries.
We don't talk about each other's moms. For Mike Figs, for Shannon, for Natalie, I'm Mike Vecchione. Thank you guys for watching and listening and subscribing. We'll see you next week. Guys, thank you for listening to Mike Vecchione Investigates. And if you go to gasdigitalnetwork.com and use promo code MBI, you will get 1 week free. That's gasdigitalnetwork.com, promo code MBI, you will get 1 week free. Thank you again for listening to Mike Vecchione Investigates on the Gas Digital Network.